everybody. I'm your host, Will. Today on the show, we have a very interesting person. His name is James Donnelly, who happens to actually be my uncle. I thought he would make a good interview today because he has a very interesting job and does some very interesting things. So let's just get this show started. Hey, Colby.
Hi, Will. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming. I just have this list of questions here.
Sure.
That we can roll through. Let's get started. So, what exactly do you do?
Well, I'd love to tell you exactly what I do, but I can't tell all the secrets. But what I can say is I work at L3 Harris Corporation, and we do, or at least the work that I'm doing, is all related to robotics. So things in ground robotics, as well as underwater robotics. So, which underwater robotics, I mean, as you might guess, comes with its own set of challenges, right? I mean, you know what would happen if you threw Cosmo into the water, right?
Yeah.
Probably bad things, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, so one of the things that we deal with is obviously those challenges of robots underwater. And specifically what I do, though, is a lot more of the actual planning and programming side. So I don't actually design the mechanical components that make up the robot, but I do a lot of the programming and sort of the control algorithm side of things.
Cool. What type of math do you use in your work?
So, believe it or not, I actually use a lot of the sort of the fundamental stuff that you'll start learning probably in high school, if not already, because, I know you're pretty advanced. But I use a lot of linear algebra, which is like matrices and vectors and stuff, all fun things you'll learn about. So when you do, make sure you pay attention. It's very useful, as well as calculus and things like that. So there's more advanced topics, but they all build off of that. So having that foundation, and I use it pretty much every day. So, yeah.
Nice. I have another question. What is your favorite part about your job?
Favorite part about my job? Let's see. Well, I think my favorite part would have to be getting to actually, work with the robots. So I do the programming, and then I get to actually see them move and do what I thought they would do. Well, hopefully. I mean, hopefully that's the goal, right? Is they actually do what you intended. But actually getting to play with the robots. I say play because it's work, but let's face it, it's a lot of fun at the same time. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I have another question. What is your, if you have one, least favorite part about your job?
That's a good question. I don't really have a lot of things that I don't like about my job. I'm very lucky. I'm fortunate to have a job that I love. But I would say what I could say is maybe the most challenging, or times when it can maybe get a little stressful, is when we have these deadlines that we have to meet, and maybe we run into a really hard technical problem, but at the same time, the customer is expecting us to deliver. So things can get a little stressful at times, but in the end, I still just really love what I'm doing. So that makes up for it.
Yeah, that's really great. What do you like to do in your spare time when you have it?
Spare time, I like to read. I read a variety of books, everything from fiction, some fantasy books. I like history books as well. I actually started reading some lately that I've enjoyed. But I also read, super nerdy technical manuals. So, I get a kind of a variety of books. Other than that, I mean, I love spending time with my wife when I'm not working. And also in my spare time, I also like to do more work. So, because it's a lot of fun. So I'm okay with doing extra.
Yeah, I like to read too, and yeah, that's
Yeah.
really, really cool.
Nice.
I also am wondering, what future developments are you hoping to see?
Future developments. What do you mean by that? Like
Well,
technology or?
like with your job and yeah, what you said. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think that we are living in a pretty cool time. So
Mhm.
for a lot of years, people always talked about, self-driving cars and like smart computers and smart robots and things like that. And I think that we are actually starting to see some of that stuff come about. So I'm excited to see more of that. So we will continue to say, hey, Rob,
Hey,
Yeah,
I
you're
just wanted to pop in as a
interrupting
little guest. I'm so sorry.
guest appearance from Rob.
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah, so I am excited to see how the future of artificial intelligence, I'm sure you've heard that term maybe thrown
Yes,
around.
yes, I have.
Don't let it don't let it scare you. I don't think that robots are about to take over the world.
No.
If you've actually seen things that we can do with it, it's way more
Yeah.
low level. It's not as intense as maybe some of the movies might make you think. But I'm excited to see where that stuff goes and where it takes us next. I
Yeah,
think it'll be good.
that's really nice. I have another question. Where do you live?
I live in Melbourne, Florida. So um, it is a cool little town, and it's warm, which I am a huge fan of. And it's one of the few beachy locations where there's also great opportunities to work, such as like where I work at L3 Harris. So
Yeah. Is it nice
yeah.
living in Florida?
Oh my gosh, it's the best. I mean, come on. Wait a minute. Let me see. Let me see here. When you get to wake up every day and look out your window and see water and the weather's always nice. I mean, what's not to love, right?
Yes. What is not to love?
Exactly.
Yes, that gives me another question. Do you have a pet?
I do have a pet, Charlie. He's a miniature schnauzer, and he is a little, uh, you know, ball of energy. In fact, I was just playing with him. He's right here. There he is. And I just played with him so that he would be calm because otherwise he would be probably barking while trying to have this interview. So,
Yes.
so I played with him to try to wear him out. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's really nice. It's been nice talking with you.
You too.
And that's a wrap on episode 2 of Will Talks. Bye!
Bye.